the president made a mistake to just overlook what the Chinese government did at Tiananmen Square and give them most favored nation status.
On June 4th, 1989, Chinese tanks and armored personnel carriers rolled into Tiananmen Square to confront pro-democracy students from 4 of Beijing's most prestigious universities. The students were unarmed and practitioners of nonviolence. When it was over, some 4,000 to 6,000 people lay dead in the streets of Beijing.
We know who did it. We know the names of the Chinese units. We know their commanding officers. We know everyone. And the reason we know is because NATO's military attachés had spread all over the city that night, and they were reporting from all points of the city. And we know who the commanders of the Chinese units were and what they did that night. And they killed the Chinese young people, and they knew what they were doing, and they did it anyway.
Congress reacted immediately, forcing President Bush to cut off all military exchanges with the PLA. This policy stood for the next 4 years.
As soon as President Clinton was elected, that policy was reversed. And so, as near as we can tell, every Chinese general who was personally involved in killing Chinese young people has been to the United States and received the royal treatment. Now, typically, how this works is as follows. The Chinese general comes here in secret, goes to the Pentagon, gets a 19-gun honor guard salute. He will go to the White House, meet with the president in the Oval Office for discussions. Then he will be taken to American military bases to learn things about the military that we think they should not, and then he goes home. And we're talking somewhere between a dozen and 24 generals.
The Clinton administration has shown senior PLA officers our most modern military facilities. Shown PLA a Marine amphibious landing exercise. Shown them around our latest guided missile cruiser. Given the PLA Chief of Staff a tour of our military command center in the Pacific. Escorted the PLA Chief of Staff around an American nuclear attack submarine.
General Hsu was in tactical control the night of the massacre, and he is the one who gave the order to the troops, mount up and move out. He is the man who, in fact, was the closest we could point to ordering the massacre of the young people.
On the day of the Tiananmen massacre, General Hsu shoulders more responsibility for the deaths of his countrymen than any other Chinese officer. Under his orders, children as young as 3 years of age died from PLA gunfire. Upon his arrival at the Pentagon, General Hsu received a 19-gun salute. Defense Secretary Perry told General Hsu that his visit had great symbolic significance. Perry pledged to brief the PLA on U.S. strategy and plans for the years ahead. The American taxpayers paid $13,200 for General Hsu and his party to have a 4-day visit to Hawaii.